Hello everyone, good morning. We welcome all of you to this Mimecast webinar. And I'm Cincy here from Bulwark Technologies. Bulwark is a leading IT and cybersecurity solution providers in Middle East, established in 1999 with the headquarters in Dubai and regional offices in Saudi Arabia and India. Thank you everyone for taking your time from your busy schedule and joining the session. The session will be taken by Mimecast Support Manager, Gigi Cherian. If you have any queries or questions during the session, you can put in the chat box. All the queries will be answered at the end of the session. Over to Gigi to start the webinar.
Yeah. Thanks, Cincy, for the introduction, and thanks everyone for taking the time to join today's webinar session. So today what we will focus is about how Mimecast is supporting organization in terms of securing the human risk. And like Cincy said, if you have any questions, you can just drop in on chat so we can pick those questions towards the end of the session. So the reason why Mimecast has adopted this approach is because work has changed. So the way we collaborate, the tools that we use to collaborate, everything has evolved. So if you imagine how we used to work 10 years back, our dependency was primarily on email. So email was the primary method of communication, and data like files, spreadsheets. We used to share using USB drives. We used to use network file shares and all. So today, if you look at data itself is coming in different forms, and the way we use it and the way we collaborate it has changed completely. So you can just consider the informal conversations that we are having on Slack. So be it a Teams. So even now the call that we are having is on a WebEx platform. So we do have the option to collaborate using collaboration tools as well. So the intersection of collaboration, data, and you can see that one thing which has not changed is the humans or the employees who are using this tool. So it's for sure the collaboration tools has changed, and the way we use the data has also changed. So what is not changed is the employees in every organization. And also when you consider the employees of an organization, so our nature as human beings is to make accidental mistakes. So it can be an unintentional sharing of a corporate data in an organization. And also at times we do have a category of employees wherein it would be a set of a specific department or a group of individuals who are targeted as well. So attackers, they're smart, they do their due diligence well, they trick the users with complex attacks that are designed to confuse the employees to clicking on links to share the login credentials and all. And also sometimes employees can also have malicious intents as well. So they can be motivated by financial gain or due to frustration. Sometimes employees do exhibit practices of stealing or compromising data for their personal gain or for revenge as well. And who is aware of all these three categories of accidental mistakes, targeted employees, malicious employees? It is the attacker. So cyber criminals, they are well aware of it, and they know that people are a very easy point of entry to the organization. So it doesn't matter how the defenses that we increase, that we add to our organizations, human beings or the employees remain an open vulnerability and an easy entry point for the attacker. And the reason why is it relevant for organization is because organizations do have a mandate these days to mitigate this human risk, and everything can be related to the cost involved to the human risk part of it. So human risk is a costly event. So 68% of breaches involve a non-malicious human element. So it can be a mistake as well. And also the cost the organizations are spending to mitigate this risk is an eye-opener for a lot of organizations as well. So 55 billion US dollar is something which has been lost to business email compromise over the past decade. And also, if you look at the average cost of a single insider data leakage, it is around like 15 million USD. So we saw that 68% of breaches involve a human element. So, so today, like the session is being attended by the partners of Mimecast. You are managing end customers for us. So if you look at the cybersecurity spend, relate that with the 68% of breaches that involve the human element, what we can analyze is that 80% of the cybersecurity spending of an organization is aligned with protecting their devices, protecting their network, but nothing is spent when it comes to protecting the human beings or reducing the human risk. And you can, in this slide, you can relate to the different stacks or different solutions that you're using, that are used by your end customer. So across variety of categories, we have evolved effective cybersecurity solutions that address vulnerabilities in different aspects. So be it applications, be it identity, endpoint, networks, and all. So we have the best of breed solutions. Let's say endpoint. We have the tools that are built by experts in endpoint. And also, if you look at network, majority of our customers are having very good strong solutions to secure their network security as well. And also, if you look at these solutions under each segments, these are effective at preventing certain types of risks. Okay, and we assume that we have a lot of solutions deployed in the environment, and we assume that a single human error should not be enough to initiate a ransomware attack, or I can save my organizations to a blue screen of death. But this is something that we are constantly facing, wherein employees start or initiate a process, a breach, or an incident in the organization, and eventually it can lead to a breach as well. So business and organizations are paying significant amount of money for all these solutions. But what happens is, end of the day, which of these solutions are managing the human risk, or the employees in the organization, is the question. So the security tools that the organizations are using today, so in application, data, identity, endpoint, networks, and all, so they're not built for the way the attacks are happening today. So providing an annual compliance training and hoping for the best is not the right strategy when it comes to managing the human risk in organization. So this is where Mimecast comes in. So we are merging this old approach with this new reality. We understand that yes, human risk is a gap that organizations has to mitigate these days, and we provide the solution for managing this human layer of organizations. So you can, on this slide, you can just consider this as one of your customer. Okay, so let's see what you can uncover with the tools, with the current technologies that the organization or your customer is utilizing. So the maximum what you can find is you can see what devices are there on network. You'll be able to find what applications are being used, what applications are installed, and which sites are these employees visiting. But when it comes to people, what is that we can decipher when it comes to the employees of an organization? Are we able to understand which employees are being targeted? Do we know like which employees are exhibiting risky behaviors? Do you know like which of these employees are clicking, who is sharing sensitive content, and where is it shared? So this is the gap to visibility in cybersecurity that organizations are facing today. But what if we can identify an individual in the organization? So let's say the person in black. I'm able to identify this as a risky employee in my organization based on real action, based on attacks that are targeted on this individual. So this difference is what we are trying to bring onto the table. So wherein we are now in a position to help organizations identify who are the risky employees in an organization based on the real action, based on the attacks, based on the access that they have in the organization. So this is Mimecast Risk Secure. So we are in a mission to support organizations to mitigate this human risk in a better way, so that you can effectively mitigate and ensure that it is not progressing towards a breach. And also, if you analyze your end customers, they do face a lot of risk. So risks can be broadly categorized into external risk. So like the risks that are targeted attacks that are delivered through email or through collaboration tools, which often open the organization's boundaries to attackers. And also organizations are dealing with a lot of insider risks as well. So it can be a theft of sensitive data, or it can be an exfiltration by a departing employee or a contract employee trying to exfiltrate data. And also it is very critical that your organization's data doesn't matter. So the intellectual property that the organization has is being protected. And also organizations do have constant struggles when it comes to internal risks as well. So there might be investigations, data retention, so which means that visibility and resilience are also very key elements when it comes to governance and compliance requirements. If you analyze all these three broad categories of risk, where do all these risks intersect? It is at the human being or the employees who are sitting in the middle. So, and also in addition to these three areas, we also have the right metrics. We also need to have the right solution to understand appropriate use of corporate system to mitigate the risk as well. So we at Mimecast, we're delivering three core values of pillars to our customers. So one is that we help organization to measure the human cyber risk. We have the right solutions to empower or to educate your employees in the organization. And also, definitely, we protect what matters before it even becomes a breach. So, this is where we provide our collaboration security. We have our insider threat management solution. We have our compliance solutions. So, all these categories are included when it comes to protecting what it matters. So the first pillar is measuring. It's all about measuring the human risk to give you a clear picture of your users. So let's say if you have 100 users in your end customer's environment, you should be in a position to identify and say exactly who are the top risky users or which is the riskiest department. So we are supporting organizations in uncovering this risk profile and also introduce this risk appetite to your organization as well. And this one at the core of Mimecast Human Risk Management Platform. So we have recently launched this Human Risk Command Center. So if you haven't had the details of it, it's worth having a session with your customer. So it is already available for all your users now. So Human Risk Command Center, so which we have rolled out for our entire customer base. So it gives security teams an unprecedented visibility. So to mitigate human risk at scale, we need to accurately identify where this risk is coming in from. And also this requires a complete picture of each and every individual. What is their context within their organization? So which means, in other words, what I'm trying to say is we are leveraging the real data, the real risk signals and the behavioral insights to give you this human risk command center dashboard view. So this is available for all your existing customers now. So moving on, after we identify who are the risky users, now we know that where is the risk lying in my customer. So now what we need to do is we need to address it. So how we do that is with targeted trainings and interventions like behavioral nudges. So whenever a security incident happens, we have the option to reach out to that user at the right time through the tools that they use every day. So which means we now have an option where we can reach out to the employees whenever incidents happen through emails, through Teams chat. We can reach out to that employee so that we can do a corrective action and work with that employee to improve their cybersecurity profile. So we help organizations to empower your workforce. We help them understand what is the appropriate use of corporate system, and also can help in building a security first culture in organizations as well. So as a part of empowering your users, we have this training solution. So we have recently launched a product called Engage, which is an upgraded version of awareness training. So many of your existing customers might be using the traditional awareness training. So they have an upgrade path now, which is called as Engage. So we have the awareness training videos, which we had in the previous module, which is awareness training, and the phishing simulation is there. On top of that, we have added the behavioral nudges, so which means that we can engage the users whenever risky actions takes place. So rather than weeks later, it doesn't make any sense when you're reaching out to the user on a monthly basis saying that this is your risk scoring. So rather than that, whenever security incidents happen, we now have the option to reach out to that users and improve and work with the user so that we are bringing them back to the security culture. And also we have personalized risk scorecards, which gives the users also visibility into what are their actions, how is it impacting their organization as a whole, and also they can feel more empowered to keep their organization safe as well. So I do have a couple of slides into the details of Engage, so we can discuss that a bit more detail, so in the coming slides as well. So we discussed on measuring the human risk, we discussed on how we are empowering, and also we protect users where work happens as well. So the risk landscape is definitely broad and it is constantly evolving as well. So which means having solutions which can protect organizations from external risk and internal risk is something which is very important. So at Mimecast, we make it easy to adapt the security posture of organizations. So we help in automatically strengthening the controls. We help in adjusting the policies, wherever we are observing risk, we now have with adaptive protection, so that your security teams can start to proactively mitigate the risk before it turns to something bigger. So that is a brief snapshot about the Mimecast portfolio. So our approach to human risk strategy. So now what we will do is I've just picked up 3 products, so which is Mimecast Engage, Mimecast Insider, and also Collaboration Security. So we'll look into the details of these 3 products. So to start with Mimecast Engage, so which is a revamped and enhanced version of our legacy awareness training. So with Mimecast Engage, your organization, what benefit your organization can get is they'll be in a position to identify the risky employees in the organization. And the second aspect is that, yes, we work with your employees so that we can spark a real change in behavior. So it's not just about a compliance activity or a box ticking activity, but we want to make sure that, yes, we're working with your employees to make a change in their behavior so that they are not causing any cybersecurity incidents in the organization. And lastly, you can reset your team's focus because it is a completely automated solution. So it's just a one-time setup which is required for this program to be up and running. So when it comes to identifying the risky employees, it is very difficult to identify which of an organization's employee is most at risk. So at the core of Mimecast human risk management platform and Engage experience is a dashboard which centralizes the risk signals. So what we do here is we analyze certain risk factors. So we analyze, so let's say Cincy is an employee of your organization. So we monitor what are the actions that Cincy is doing. What sort of attacks are we seeing specific to Cincy? Or what sort of access does she have in the organization? So we combine all these risk factors, and also we do take input from the risk data sources as well. Like, for example, we have a direct integrations with Mimecast email security, so which means we can pull the data with regards to the actual phishing. And also, yeah, like I said, the awareness training, the videos and phishing simulations also form a major component in this Engage platform. We pull the stats from the training metrics as well. And we do have a strong API integrations roadmap. So the team is actively working on having more integrations with the web security, IAM, SIM, endpoint, DLP, and all. So as of now, we do have integrations with CrowdStrike. So if you have CrowdStrike customers who are using CrowdStrike for their endpoint, we'll be able to take the data, ingest the data from a CrowdStrike perspective, and see what malwares are we seeing in your employees, and add that to the risk sorting. And let's say if you have employees using a Microsoft Purview as a DLP, we can pull the data from that as well and see how your employees are behaving in terms of sensitive data handling. So the whole idea here is to expand through integrations and to ingest the risk data sources from across your cybersecurity ecosystem so that you get a 360-degree risk visibility. And also, this is a snapshot of the human risk dashboard. So in this dashboard, the IT team can easily uncover who are the greatest source of human risk. So which is my top risky user in the organization, or which is the riskiest department. And also you can enhance protection of the employees that need it most. And what stats says is that it is 8% of your employees who are causing 80% of cybersecurity incidents. And the reason why we are now more focused on human risk aspect is because organizations do struggle in identifying and seeing who these 8% of users are. So you have a human risk dashboard, which gives you a company-wide risk scoring. It gives you indicators as to what are the attack factors, the real attack factors, who are the riskiest employees, and also there is an individual risk profile. So let's say I have identified Karthik as one of the top highest risky individual in the organization. So I have an individualized risk scoring of Karthik. I can see who is Karthik reporting to, which location he's working from. So what are the factors that has contributed to the risk scoring? And also all the logs are recorded as well, so that you have data to back up. When I say that Karthik is a risky employee in the organization, it comes with the stats as well as to why he's come up the list. And also there is a risk response engine as well. You have all the reportings and analytics that comes with it. And yeah, you have a tabular view of all employees who are at risk in the organization. So that is in terms of identifying the risky users. So now when it comes to helping the employees to spark a real change in behavior, what we do in this scenario is we have introduced something called behavioral nudges. So by nudges, what I mean is whenever an employee is performing a cybersecurity action, so let's say since he has clicked on a malicious link. So in such cases, what happens is the platform, it analyzes the action that Cincy has done, and we trigger a behavioral nudge in Mimecast Engage. So when Cincy has clicked on that link, what happens is Cincy will receive a notification. Okay, so we'll send a notification to Cincy saying that, hey, Cincy, we have noticed so and so such a behavior from your end. So please watch this video because this is something that is going to impact the organization. So that next time when Cincy is receiving, she'll be more cautious about it, and then we can bring in that security culture in her. So this is nudges, and we now have the option to send nudges through emails as well as through Teams notification as well. And also when it comes to changing in behavior, we discussed about the nudges. So it's not just about correction. So let's say Cincy has completed all the trainings on time and she has even reported a phishing simulation. So in such cases, we can do a positive reinforcement by sending a thank you note to Cincy saying that yes, you have over the past 3 months, you have not clicked on any of the phishing emails, you have reported on the phishing simulation, completed all the assigned trainings on time. So we can reinforce that positive behavior in her. And also corrective nudges are there so that we can provide feedback after clicking a real fish, or even if it is a simulated one, we can provide a real-time feedback as well. And whenever the videos are assigned, and let's say the employees, so certain times we do hear the feedback from the employees saying that they don't take these sessions seriously, they don't even spare 2 minutes to watch the video. So we have this automation built in, so wherein we can send reminders to the employees so that they can they can complete the trainings on time. And again, it is customizable contents. We have a huge library of contents available based on different cybersecurity topics, and you can customize the message and make it more relevant for the organization. So let's say in this example that you see here, the organization, whoever that you're working for, or your customer can put their logo, and so that it will look like it is coming in from the IT department of the end customer. And majority of you would be familiar with these videos that we have. So we offer extensive content libraries that covers critical cybersecurity topics that can support the compliance requirement as well. So every module is highly entertaining, and it's not more than 2 to 3 minutes, and it's packed with humor as well. So humor is the major element. So in a fun way, we are trying to strike a balance of memorable and an informative message to the end user. And also, like I said, it's completely automated, so it's not an additional burden or an additional tool for the IT team to manage. So it's just a one-time setup which is required for this awareness training program or Engage to work. So all your customers need to do is they need to select the industries, they can enable the training videos, they can enable the phishing simulation. So this can be done for one whole year, and as and when it is time stamped, these videos will go out. And also you can set up the behavioral nudges, the automatic notifications for timely intervention. So whenever security incidents happen, and then you can confirm and launch the program. So your 1-year program is good to go. So if you have customers who are interested in having an awareness training program, or who wants to upgrade the awareness training to the next level, we can have a detailed discussion on that. Okay, so that's on the Engage platform. So now moving on, just want to take a few minutes on Mimecast Insider. So Engage was a new acquisition that we did last year. So that's how we did an upgraded version. We launched the upgraded version of the awareness training. So Insider was also an acquisition that we did last year. So what it primarily does is it helps organization to see and stop the data loss that are caused by employees in the organization. So this often falls under companies' initiatives, be it like IP theft or protecting the customer data, or to get a better visibility into their cloud or endpoint, or it can be protecting their source code if your customer has got some critical source code or some critical IPs to protect. And also, definitely, whenever an employee is leaving an organization, 2 in every 3 employees, when they leave, typically they exfiltrate data or steal data from the organization. So, or it can be a contract employee as well. And also, there is a rise in the number of issues that we are seeing in shadow Gen AI aspect. So when it comes to Gen AI, organizations are at the risk of their employees uploading their critical data to Gen AI. So you need to have the latest technologies or solutions to even monitor and to prevent these things from happening. So I'm sure that you would have had past discussions or like ongoing discussions with your customers regarding data protection. So data protection is definitely a problem many wish that they didn't have to solve. So it's just because they feel overburdened, and it can be overwhelming as well. So some may even question that is it actually taking an effort. So one thing that is very clear is that data loss is something which is frequently happening. It is impactful, it is costly, and it is evolving as well. So even with multiple solutions that organizations have in place today, they still have concerns around bandwidths. What if I'm deploying a DLP in the solution and I don't have the bandwidth to manage? So our solution, Mimecast Insider, is designed to alleviate or to address these concerns. So at Insider, what we aim for is simplicity, quick deployment with very minimal operational requirements. And also, when Insider starts working on your customer's environment, what we do is we collect around 180 billion data points every 90 days. So this gives us a clear view in terms of the data protection landscape. What are the risks that we are seeing from your organization's perspective? And also, data exfiltration methods have evolved. So previously, in the initial slide I was showing like how we used to collaborate. So if we had to exfiltrate the data, we used to just use a USB drive and then take that file out. But now we are facing many different vectors, such as airdrop, for example, or cloud technologies like GitHub or Salesforce. So these are the newer vectors that we are facing. And what do organizations do about it? So they end up layering 3 or more technologies. So either they go for a DLP solution, or they go for a CASB or a UEBA, or a combination of any of 2 or all 3 technologies. So traditional solutions, yes, they did try to address this problem. But what happens with the traditional setup is that when it comes to data, they want you to make assumptions about your data. So you need to perfectly define what needs protection when it comes to the traditional solution. This is a major drawback. So this oftentimes this end up falling short, which leads to a gapped visibility in administration. So even after having all these solutions in place, what customers tell us is that they face a lot of false positives, and eventually it is something that affects the employee productivity as well. So what happens is they have invested in a DLP, they have invested in a CASB, invested in a UEBA, but because of the false positive, because it is disrupting the employees' productivity, they often end up using all these products in a monitor only mode. But what we provide Insider and what makes us different is that we are providing visibility out of the box. So there is no perfect policies that you need to set up with Insider. So we basically take all your unknowns and make them as your new knowns. And also we have the option to tailor the right responses for each type of activity that we are seeing. And also when it comes to risk, so risks can be broadly categorized into 2 different buckets. So one is a known risk and the other category is an unknown risk. So majority of the solution, so majority of the unknown risks, so unknown risks are basically falls on low or the critical severity as well. So most of the data protection solutions that are available in the market today are set up to protect the risks that you know about. So around these known risks is what you create policies and alerts about. So what happens with your unknown risks? So this leaves you with no real way to surface your unknown risk. So which means that you are blindsided when it comes to the unknown risk of an organization. So at Mimecast Insider, our approach to risk detection is slightly different. So we have built a model to help surface both the known risk as well as unknown risks, so that you have a better control with regards to the overall risk profile of your organization. So let's say you are concerned about protecting your source code. So with just a few clicks on Insider, you can create a rule in the product to flag any files that contain the source code going to any destination. So that's one typical example. And also, if you further drill down into how we are addressing the issue, the response controls in Insider. So we don't believe in block first approach. So you can respond appropriately to every type of event. So not every incident is a threat to the organization. So it can be a mistake as well. So you can correct if it is a small accident. So let's say a new employee has joined the organization and he is not aware of how your organization is asking your employees to share the files. So he might be using an app which is not authorized. So in such cases, it is not a critical file, but this thing has happened. He has used his personal drive to share this. So in such cases, we have the option to correct that user behavior. And also, if you look at the spectrum of risk, there can be a low risk category event as well as high risk category event as well. And also what happens is user behavior also can drift over time, so until the wrong way of using data becomes the norm as well. The problem is if you don't correct that new employee who has shared the file using the Google Drive, initially he might repeat that, and later on it can cause a security incident in the organization. So at Insider, what we do is we have an integrated user micro training that allows users to address the medium or moderate or low severity events. So CrowdStrike, for example, is one of the customers who are using Insider as their DLP solution. So what we have seen is in CrowdStrike environment is that we saw almost 13% drop in their personal Google Drive usage. And also they have seen an overall 40% reduction into when it comes to the moderate or low severity events. So this was all like happened in just a span of 3 months. We were able to see results. And also these integrated user micro training modules, it's just like the Engage video that we have seen. So whenever data leakage is happening, we have the option to deliver or send the users these instructional lessons. And these instructional lessons that we are sending to the user are precise, are concise, and also it is intended or designed to change the user behavior to prevent the data loss over time. And also we understand that high severity and critical severity events requires your urgent attention. So if it is a critical severity event, so training is not the right solution. So when it comes to such high risk events, our system alerts you saying that yes, we have noticed so and so behavior from this individual, so that you can take immediate action. For example, if a sales employee has downloaded to an unmonitored device from a corporate Salesforce instance, so our system will immediately flag this so that you can take the necessary steps. Like, for example, you can quarantine their endpoint or remove access to an application. And of course, we also have the option to block the data in real time as well. And also we recommend this insider controls to put in when it comes to the high risk users or for departing employees as well. So that's how the insider response control works. And just a brief snapshot about the architecture. So it's a completely SaaS-based solution. So we does most of the processing in cloud, so which means we are not resource intensive. So there are 3 core components when it comes to insider. So one is the agent and the browser extension. We have our cloud exfiltration detectors, which is our second component. And finally, we have our integration, so API integrations with your existing stack as well. Like I said, it is a completely cloud-based solution which does most of the processing on cloud. So which means there is no user impact. Whenever you are doing an investigation, you are what you're doing is just you are querying a cloud index, so not the endpoint themselves. And also because of this reason, it is lighter on the devices. And the general feedback what we have received from our customers is that they are able to save a lot of time because the query, they're able to get the results in a matter of seconds, so which might take several hours or even days with a competition solution. So our agent today, it supports Mac, Windows, and Linux, and it consumes less than 1% of CPU. And we have a browser extension to support a strong visibility into the web activity, and also it performs real-time blocking of uploads as well. And today we cover corporate cloud, email, business apps like Salesforce, OneDrive, Gmail. We use API based exfiltration detectors. So we monitor the system itself, and whenever data exfiltration happens, so it can be on a corporate device or from a personal computer or even from a phone, we are able to pick that incident for you. So without any classification or anything. And definitely this is a solution that cannot operate in silos, so which is why we have invested in our ecosystem partnership, and we have 30 plus integrations available for this solution. So you must be able to relate this slide with some of the products that are used in your customer's environment. So which is why we have invested in developing an extensive ecosystem. It is an ongoing effort. So we do cover broad categories like source, SIM, PAM, EDR, HR, ticketing, and all that. So in short, so Insider, it's a fast time to value. So there is no classification. So unlike the traditional approach, so I have seen like IT managers having ongoing discussions on DLP, but just because of the time just because they don't have the time to invest in the classification and the work that goes behind, they have just parked the DLP project. So if you have any such customers who are interested in having an out of the box solution, so probably we can have a detailed discussion. And also we cover the endpoint as well as cloud, and there's no user impact. And also because we take into consideration both category of risk, known as well as unknown, they get a complete profile, complete visibility in terms of the risk. And because of our approach, if it is a low severity event, we educate the user so that they are not drifting into that high risk category. Instead, they come back and they learn, and they improve the security culture of the organization and prevent future data breaches. And we have the option to respond appropriately based on the risk severity as well. So yeah, so we do have like Mimecast, as you all are aware. So we have a rich history in email security, but definitely work has changed. So has Mimecast. So which is why we have brought in this product called Insider. So today, if you look at it, 28% of the workday of an employee's workday is spent on emails. For the rest of the time, they use a lot of application, they work, they share, they do like a lot of things on collaboration suite as well. So, which is why we believe that Insider can have a great role in reducing or mitigating the human risk in organization. And we do have a good customer profile when it comes to Insider. So companies like, you can see big names like CrowdStrike, IBM, all these organizations that are using Insider. And yeah, it's just a value proposition. So it's all about protecting the data without slowing the users down, or without impacting the IT team's productivity as well. So that's about Insider. So if you have got any customers who are keen in protecting their data without adding any additional overload in their day-to-day activities, then we can definitely have a detailed discussion on Insider. So now moving on to the third product, which is collaboration threat protection. So most of the organizations, so I think like all your customers are using an email security from Mimecast, but majority of them are completely blind to what occurs in their collaboration tools. So this is why like Mimecast, we know that yes, collaboration threats are on the rise, and this is our approach to collaboration threat as well. So we have extended our AI-powered email security to Microsoft Teams, SharePoint, OneDrive, and we ensure that we have a multi-layered protection across the collaboration tools as well. So how we do this is we have the detection capabilities, which includes the reputation checks. We have the threat intelligence feeds, proprietary signatures, and this includes advanced AI, ML, sandboxing is also included. There is phishing protection that we are providing to analyze conversations and files to see and identify malwares, malicious links, and all. And to ensure that, yes, we have the right solutions when it comes to securing collaboration as well. So just want to double click into the collaboration security. When users are communicating in direct message or through channels, or any files or URLs are sent, so all these files and URLs will be analyzed. So URLs, just like how it is being analyzed today by the email security, will be analyzed using our phishing detection capabilities. It sees if there are any malicious QR codes, it analyzes URLs, identifies if there is any phishing links that um, or direct download links are sent to the sandbox to see if there is further evaluation is being done. And also files are sent through the multiple AV engines. So static file analysis and sandbox is also something that we're doing. So which means we have extended the same level of security that we are providing today for the email security as well. And whenever links are detected in files, so these the links will be sent for phishing detection as well. And also any malicious contents can be automatically blocked and removed from the message or from the channel as well. So one key important thing to note here is that this protection is applied within a customer's Microsoft tenant. So like for example, if the customer is collaborating with a third party tenant, there's no protection in place. So we advise all the customers to make it standard practice to allow only team collaboration within their own tenant. All right, so yeah, so that's just a snapshot of what we are doing. So we do the phishing detection, there's a malware scanning that is happening, and also based on the policies, you have the option to block or quarantine. And also when contents that are stored in SharePoint and OneDrive is also scanned using the same process, but the content is prone to change, so which is why we continuously scan changes over the past 30 days. So this ensures that if there is any malicious content which is updated to be malicious and not scanned, we pick that up. And if it is a malicious content, then it is moved to a quarantine folder. And definitely visibility is something which organizations do need. Centralized dashboard access is given, so which provides a visibility into the top targeted users, malicious senders, the sources of the threats, which includes the explanation, what are the evidences, what actions have we taken. So all these things will help the IT team to identify the users or areas that requires urgent attention, so that you can tweak the policies and reduce the risk. So this is just an example, like how we are dealing with a detection in Microsoft Teams. So the scanning and identification process, it scans for the malicious content, and we analyzes the threat, whether it is a malware or it is a phishing, and the action taken. So in order to determine what policy triggered the detection, the name and action is highlighted, so that you can do the adjustment, or it will help in terms of the incident management. And also the details of the malicious content is also provided, so it can be the URL or file that we have managed to detect. And also you have the option to download the affected content for further analysis through your own tools as well. So from an end user perspective, this is the end user experience, what the end users might experience once you have the collaboration tools. So both the sender as well as recipient will be notified when a specific content is blocked. And they'll see that when a message is blocked, users can click on what can I do message. So once they click on this, they have the option to get further information. And also additional users are provided, details will be provided for end users, and they can contact the IT or help desk or report message for further analysis. So same thing is applicable for SharePoint and OneDrive as well. You can see it is the same thing. So when a malicious file has been uploaded to SharePoint or OneDrive, the file is automatically moved to a quarantine folder to ensure that users do not have access to it, and they receive a notification when they're trying to open the removed file, highlighting what has happened as well. So here you can see this is a notification that we can bring out to the user when they're clicking on a malicious thing. So in closing, just wanted to highlight that Mimecast, we come up with a decade of experiencing in protecting collaboration, and also our platform processes billions of signals each and every day, which gives us intelligence to understand the human risk and leading indicators that will help us to support organizations to mitigate the human risk as well. So it's a single platform that gives you a streamlined administration, unified data management, and hundreds of integration that makes a connected security a reality. And also, we have built a network of over 300 plus integrations with leading security vendors so that you can connect the dots across your entire cybersecurity landscape. So, by combining that with our goal is to help customers stay protected, and we feel like it is our duty to pull it all together and give a human risk management platform for our customers. So that comes to the end of my presentation.
Everyone got the insight on the topic. So if you have any questions, you can write it in the chat box. We'll be able to answer your queries.
Collaboration security. Yes, I see that there's a question on collaboration security. So it is available for the gateway solution on cloud integrated. Let me just quickly confirm that for you. So when it comes to cloud integrated, we are offering critical, advanced, and premium. So we have recently rebundled all our offerings. So the core, hero, and mega plans, which we used to have earlier, the premium protection, all those things have reached the end of life. So we do have this premium, advanced, and critical protection. And yes, we have collaboration security that comes with the premium protection bundle of cloud integrated. Do we have main differentiator, one pager document? Yes, I would be having that document. I think the key differentiator that we have when it comes to the Engage platform is the real risk visibility. So if if your customers are on awareness training platform, all they have is access to the videos and the phishing simulation platform. Whereas when they have Engage, the benefit is that we can integrate with their third party tools, like for example if they have CrowdStrike or if they have Microsoft Purview. So we are working on other integrations as well, so we can pull the risk data from the other products that they're using. That is one advantage. And the second highlight would be the nudges. So with the traditional awareness training platform, we don't have the option to reach out to the users, or the timely intervention is not there. So it's just that the risk scoring, when it comes to an awareness training platform, it's purely based on the training stats. Whereas on the Engage, we have the nudges available, plus the risk scoring will be based on the real risk as well as the training stats. The deployment options for Akhilesh, can you please, for Insider? So Insider is an agent-based solution. So you need to have an agent installed. So the first thing is, if you have any customers who are interested in Insider, so let's connect over a call. So um, we will have a discussion with the customer. We will do a demo, and also we have a scoping call that needs to be done. So after that, the team can get in touch with the customer. We can even do a POC in the customer's environment, because with just POC, we are seeing a lot of results. Because we take into consideration the real risk as well as unknown risk. So these are news for majority of the customers. So things that they're not aware of. So the team will get in touch, and it's an agent-based solution. So agent has to be deployed. So if you have any customers, let's have a call with them and discuss on the next steps. With Insider, can we connect the third party? Yes. Third party, we do have integrations with the existing solutions. Like for example, like 30 plus integrations are readily available, but specific to Bolden James, I need to check. So I'm not sure about it. So this is something that I need to check. And I'm sure that there are a lot of insider opportunities. So organizations that are exploring data management solutions. So the drawback that they're seeing, and the reason why they're not proceeding, is because of the effort that they need to put in to have a solution. So this is a completely out of box solution, which gives you an immense visibility in terms of the data movement in the organization. And like I said, the approach is also slightly different. So it's not a block first approach. So we try to address the moderate severity or low severity events by educating the user, trying to tell them that this is the right way we do that correction in the backend, so that you are addressing or putting controls when it comes to the high severity events. And also, a lot of customers are having compliance reasons to have an awareness training platform. So if you have an existing customer not using awareness training, you can pitch Engage. Or if you have an existing customer who are, I mean, already having an awareness training, we can do an upgrade of Engage platform as well. And same with collaboration. So collaboration tools are widely used, but the question is, how are they monitoring and how are they ensuring that the chats or the conversations that are happening through collaboration tools is secure enough? So I think like we do have a comparison for Insider with the other solutions. I need to check on that. If you can just drop in a note to Cincy, I can pick that up and get some data out. And also, it is better if we can have a call with the customer. So if you have any customers who are exploring DLP solution or UEBA, CASB, they try to address their data problems or data leakage problems with all these solutions. So our approach is different and it works as well. So, and it's immediate value. So it's not that the customers are spending months on defining the policies and all. So it doesn't work that way. So it's, you can just pitch it as an out of the box solution. So it's less tedious for an IT team to manage. And also another thing that I just wanted to highlight are the newer plans that we have. So Engage and Insider is not a part of the newer plans that we have introduced, which is Critical, Advanced, and Premium. So Premium is the only one that we provide as a bundled solution with the Premium Protection Plan. So we are in the process of transitioning all our customers to the newer SKUs. So feel free to let me know if your customers are interested in a discussion to see like how they can get the value from this migration. So do we have any other questions?
So we once again thanks everyone for attending this webinar. Um, Please feel free to contact us for any further questions or queries. You can always email us either cincy@bulwark.biz or ggJHRN@mimecast.com. Yes, Rama has one some query.
We want to see insider integrations opt-in. Okay. Yes, with popular third parties. So on one of my slides, I was just showing the integrations that we have. So the key ones that I would highlight would be, let's say, CrowdStrike, Sentinel-1. So we can integrate with the Workday or SIM solutions like Splunk, Rapid7, Exabeam, or solutions, messaging solutions like Slack, or source solutions, again, like Splunk, Cortex, and also email security. So even we integrate with Abnormal as well as our own platform, which is Mimecast, and also with PAM solutions like CyberArk, Okta, with Google Office 365, so the email and cloud storage. So all these are the popular integrations that you, and also business apps like Salesforce. So we see like many times customers struggling when it comes to users exfiltrating data from their corporate Salesforce instance. So these are the key ones. If you want any specific use cases, data connection showing them, yeah, readily listed. So I think the reason why you're not seeing it is because you need to select what are the integrations or what are the connectors that are relevant for the customer. So there are like separate connectors for each of these what we discussed. Yeah, has a network level DLP. So I'll get back to you on that one. So network level DLP. So I'll check and get back to you on that one. I think, yeah, with regards to data connection, Rama, so we need to we need to sit with the customer. I can send you the list of data connectors that we offer, and once the customer has a requirement, probably we'll have to push it from the backend, and then you have the visibility. So right now in the ongoing case that we have, so we have enabled and pushed the OneDrive and their Office 365 as well. So these were the connectors that we enabled in your customer's account. If anything more is required, let's say Salesforce is required, so we'll have to push that data connector in the backend. Yeah. So data level monitoring, but I'll just check and see if there is any network DLP available, any features. Not that I'm aware of, but still I'll check and confirm. I think we have reached the end of the session, so it's already 12. So thanks everyone for taking the time to join the session. So if you have got any additional queries, you can reach out to either me or Cincy. So you can also reach out if your customers are interested to have a session to discuss regarding any of these products that we are offering. So more than happy to support and help. Thanks everyone.
Thank you, everyone.